Hello, I'm Janis Richardson, President of the League of Women Voters of South Central Texas, here with Thadious Polasek, Director of the Schulenburg Public Library. Our league is celebrating Women's History Month, which is March of each year, by inviting the public to nominate local women for special recognition and by inviting area high school students to write poems or essays about notable Texas women from the past, especially women from our area. 3 students will be selected to present their essay or poem at our March 9th Women Making History event at the historic Casino Hall in LaGrange, and also to receive a $500 cash award. Students have until January 27th to research, write, and submit their essay. We are fortunate to have our 5-county region, our 5-county region has a number of public libraries that can help students with their research. And we are especially fortunate that Thaddeus is here today to share how students might tap into the public library's array of resources for this project. So with that, Thaddeus, let's get going and talk about the Schulenburg Public Library and how students can tap into the resources there for help with their essays or poems. And so beginning, if students want to learn about historic Texas women from our area, what resources can they find at the Schulenburg Library?
Okay, if they check our card catalog, they will find what books are available in print, and it'll be advisable that they also talk to us because there are many ways of doing a search to make sure that you can find books, especially about local women. Also, they can use the internet here at the library and our databases to do research, and also our genealogy section has information that is available.
Great. So what are some of the areas in which Texas women have contributed or proven themselves? Like, I suppose that you see a lot of you're familiar with a lot of the resources that the library has and have just seen amazing things about Texas women that you might give some people some ideas about kind of different ways that women have contributed.
Well, you can just begin with early Texas history, uh, homesteading, also the Yellow Rose of Texas. That song is about an important lady who was a part of the Texas Revolution. Then you can also look into the early pioneering efforts, the arts and crafts that women throughout the time period of Texas have been so instrumental in. Also, sports. You have women who are very involved in education, politics, and many, many other areas. So it's a very wide open field and range for research.
Is there one story in there of the different areas that you've mentioned that, is very memorable to you that you could offer as just one possible suggestion?
One possible suggestion is a lady from our church, as an example of somebody who's not well known, but she was the choir director. She led the Rosary in Czech. She was leader of and director of plays within our community at Moravia. She had a repertoire of 25 plays that she had local people produce in Czech. She also was highly skilled in lace making and made the lace for the altars. She also made the folk costumes, actually sewed the folk costumes for the dancers that she directed. She did so many things. Her group was invited to go to Praha, Texas when Lady Bird Johnson came, and they performed for Lady Bird Johnson. They were invited to Hemisphere due to their recognition in Texas as far as dancers and performers. So again, there are so many individuals out there that you can look at, and this is just one.
Wow. So, what that suggests to me is that I mean, there are women right here in their community that maybe, that have not received the recognition they deserve. So these are not women that have to be like Lady Bird Johnson. They can be women that are right here and really very much need to be remembered and recognized. And so, how can students know the resources you mentioned will be at the library and checked out? Let's just imagine like here comes a student and they're ready to like dig in there. And so how will make these resources kind of readily
The
available?
best thing for the best thing for them to do is call in advance, and we'll reserve the books for them.
Mhm.
And and then also we'll be able to discuss with them the topic that, or the lady that they've chosen, and see how much information we have. But again, the important thing is to call in advance and ask us to reserve the books that they see in the card catalog. And then we will look as for other resources that we have that will match what they find.
Well, they can essentially ask for time with you to talk with you. It sounds like you or your staff to have the staff help them with their research and help identify research.
Yes, Cindy and Donna are also excellent researchers and will be able to help the students very well. There are three of us here who can help, but again, Cindy and Donna are wonderful researchers.
Fantastic. So what about the online resources? What kind of online resources could you recommend?
The online resources, we have the Gale database, which will give them a whole bunch of a lot of information, maybe too much information, where they can look and see what is available. They can also go to the online digitized newspapers that are from throughout the area. And so we would guide them how to get to that resource.
I know I've used those online newspapers for a lot of my family research, and it's just amazing what you can find there. So what about oral histories? Do you think that older family members or family friends can help students learn about women who have contributed in the past?
Oh, definitely. The family stories that are within the family about their grandmothers, their great aunts, their great great grandmothers, those are very important things that should be recorded, and I believe would be a wonderful topic for an essay or a poem.
And then there's, I suppose, to supplement the oral histories, you have all the genealogical resources at the library. So what kind of things might students find if they want to research those type of resources?
Okay, if they're doing family history, where they would need to call in advance and let us know the last name, and we would pull whatever resources that we have. We have family histories that families have published and given to the library. Some of them are quite detailed as to what their family achieved in the past, who were the great people, and it's surprising what's in all of those family histories that have been given to us. And so it's a wonderful resource.
So, this kind of suggests to me that students can, they have the option of looking for a woman in a particular field they're interested in, or they have an option of, just discovering a woman that has played a part in Texas history that is not related, or they could look back into their own family and then certainly this local community and find people just through beginning with the conversation, either with family
Correct.
members, friends, or you at the library. So let's get back to kind of the nitty gritty. If they want to meet with you, how do you suggested they do that? And so is there, you mentioned calling. So what phone number should they use?
Okay, they would call 979
Mhm.
743 3345 and just let us know what day they're coming, what time they're coming, so that we have the information reserved and ready and available for them.
And how much advance notice would you like to have for that?
We'd like at least 2 days.
Okay, well, that seems reasonable. There's plenty of time between now and January 27th, the deadline. So is there anything else you'd like to share? Any tips or anything that I haven't asked about, that is?
No, I think you've covered everything quite well. Just realize when we're talking high school students that the public libraries are a great resource for researching local history as well as any topics that are assigned for research in school. You'll find a tremendous amount of information and helpful people that will be willing to assist in the research.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being with me today and for giving all these great tips to students and students out there. Now is your chance to get busy and find a fascinating woman to learn more about and write about and get in the running to be with us on March 9th at our Women's Making History event and go home with $500. So with that, thank you so much, and we hope to see your entry.